welcome back to Tea Time. Today we are joined by Dom Taylor, who will be talking to us about his film coming out on the 16th, and it is called Waiting for Certainty. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
So it's a really simple story. The story follows two friends and their conversation with each other about a funeral they've just been to earlier on in the day, and the story just follows them sort of coming to terms with the sort of their recent encounter with death, with their friend's death, and death as like an abstract sort of concept, and just how they're dealing with it, and their sort of thoughts about the future and stuff like that.
So, we've asked this question with previous directors, but can you tell us a bit more about what inspired you to write this kind of story?
So I wanted to take sort of a really simple concept and see how I could sort of translate it to film. I think a lot of dialogue-heavy films can become really boring and turn people off because they want to see something visual. But I wanted to see if I could pull it off, and hopefully I managed to come close to pulling it off. I just wanted to it to be a very experimental film, and sort of see how just two people talking, two friends talking to each other, could translate into entertainment. I guess.
It's kind of like playing with like ideas of form and genre.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Film
Yeah.
words right there.
I'm just using my film degree. The one time my film degree becomes relevant.
So this is quite a, I would say quite a heavy topic to kind of go into, like the whole death thing. Do you have like any morals or like things that you want your audience to kind of take from it?
No, just however the audience sort of want to interpret it, that's sort of totally up to them. I really tried to through the writing process make it as like I wanted to avoid it being too preachy and being too this is what I'm saying, because I think that's probably one of the biggest pitfalls with dialogue heavy scripts, is that usually you can just tell that it's the writer's thoughts, and I really wanted it to come from the characters, and you to believe that these characters think these things, and it's not just the writer with the pen or the sort of on the keyboard behind it. So there's nothing I want anyone to really take from it per se, just sort of however it makes them feel emotionally, then that's great.
So I guess it's more like open to however you decide to interpret it and what you take from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's quite cool.
Yeah. Could you also talk to us a bit more about your previous experience working with KTV dramas? Because I know for a fact that you've had quite a lot of hand in working in various different roles, and I want to know, how did your previous roles on KTV drama compare to that of being a first-time director?
Yeah, so in first year I worked on a film for KTV drama as a runner, and that was a great experience. I'd never been on a film set. I didn't have any experience with tech equipment at all before that, and I was able to sort of hold a boom, even though I was literally just standing there with a boom. At least I got to sort of hold it, and did as I say, running, so just carrying equipment to and from places, and yeah, it was a great experience. And then in second year I worked as a assistant director on Tyler Hamblin's film, who's another director this year, and that was again sort of my only my second experience sort of on a film set, but that was a big step up, and I was able to sort of help out a bit more in the sort of creative side of it. So like, for example, I was able to sort of go through lines with actors, which was really cool, something that I've always wanted to do. That was a fantastic experience. And then this year, obviously I've done my film, and also worked as assistant director on Tyler Hamblin's film again.
He keeps cropping up. He keeps cropping up, old Tyler.
No, which I'm really grateful for, because it was a fantastic film to be a part of, and it was very much more close to an independent film than a sort of a student film, which was a fantastic experience for me. So those three films, and obviously my film this year.
So I take it you much prefer being a director as opposed to being the ADs and the roles that you've previously taken?
Yeah, I mean, I think the best part of directing was just being able to work with actors. It's something I've always wanted to do, is to sort of like have my script or something I've written read by actors. So that was really good. And on set, I just sort of left all the tech stuff to the tech people, and I just sort of took the actors to one side for sort of pretty much the whole shoot, and just went through all the lines with them. And I think because it is a very character-driven story, and there is so much emphasis on the characters and the actors, I sort of wanted as much time as I could to just go through with them, make sure they knew what they were doing and they were comfortable with it and they were happy with the dialogue. So yeah, I definitely prefer directing, but you know, all the experiences I had on a crew were fantastic for me.
So now that you've directed your first film, do you think this is something that you'd want to like do again, or you're like, no, it's too much stress, don't want to do this again? Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I think probably not, just because, I mean, who knows? I mean, it's something I'm still interested in, but I think I just really wanted to experience what it was like to direct a film, and you know, I'm really happy with all the 3 years experience I've had with KTV, yeah, and to be honest, for a while before I actually came to university, I did consider like a career in film, but I think now I've experienced it, and yeah, I've sort of been a part of various films, and I think now I've sort of probably would step away from it. I think, yeah,
It's a lot of stress. And
Yeah.
like, we've heard about a lot of directors either having like issues. Weather came up a lot. But did you have any like issues with filming or anything, like maybe
no,
weather-wise or not? Were you
yeah.
quite lucky because it was it's set in it's just indoors, right?
So there's the majority of it's set in a cafe, but there are 2 scenes outside, one that we still need to shoot. Yeah, the weather on the first shoot was absolutely, it was really nice. The sun was out. It was pretty chilly, but really that's fine. It's just wind you have to rain you have to worry about. Sorry. The cafe scene, that went really well actually. I think we wrapped early on both days, so yeah, that was fantastic, and we filmed at we filmed at Cream's Cafe in town, so thanks to them for letting us use their cafe. But no, I mean, there were a few problems, but nothing I would say that's like really major or noteworthy off the top of my head.
Oh, well, that's good then, no? Because we had a lot of
weather
outside
always,
scenes, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, the rain," and the camera was.
weather
like, "Oh,
always is a
Yeah.
big disruption when it comes to film. We found,
yeah, no,
especially
it has come up quite a
especially
lot.
with stuff like Sending to the Sea, Sweet Child of Mine.
Yes,
Oh gosh.
definitely.
I also want to now move the conversation slightly in towards the KTV Film Festival, because
Sure,
you're making Waiting for Certainty for the Film Fest. Can you tell us a bit more about what you think about the other 5 directors, about the competition, what you make of their projects?
Yeah, I mean, they're all really talented, and I think when I see them on the big screen in March, I think they're going to come out amazing. I have a lot of sort of faith that they've done some fantastic work. And yeah, I think they're quite different. I think a lot of them are quite dramatic this year, but which is, I think, because in my second year and first year, I think there was a lot of variation in the categories. I think there was a lot of comedies, dramas, horrors. I think this year they're sort of mostly just dramas. But obviously, because I've worked on Tyres, I sort of know sort of what his is about, and like have sort of seen his play out in real time. But yeah, and I'm sure the others, theirs will come out fantastic as well.
I mean, yeah, we look forward to like seeing
Oh yeah,
all of them.
wholeheartedly.
It sounds like everyone that we've interviewed already, everyone said that, you know, like, you've all been helping each other out and everything, so it's nice to see that even though you're kind of competing against each other, you're still like there for each other.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So yes, that's really great.
Yeah, I think that's nice to know that everyone is just working together.
Yeah, it's good.
The true KTB spirit.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, I think that's all we have time for. So thank you so much for being
No
with
worries,
us. I
thank
hope
you for
you
having me.
enjoyed doing this.
Yeah,
And
it was
took
great
too
fun.
long for you, but yeah, so we wish you all the best for everything.
Thank you very
your
much.
trailer will be coming out very soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so we will see your film on the 16th of March.
great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
No worries.